Say hello! You're just gonna have the back of Nutella's head in this screen. I hope that's okay. Has a word ever made you pause and think, why do we call it that? Why do we call where we park a driveway and where we drive a parkway? And why do we call those cozy, comfy things that we wear out of yarn sweaters? I personally enjoy looking at the etymology or origins of words, and from the, I'm sure, very trustworthy source of etymology.com, it says that the word sweater means a woolen vest or jersey, originally worn in rowing, from an 1882 definition, which comes from the earlier word sweaters, which is clothing worn to produce sweating, from about the 1820s, 1830s. As today, I typically think of a sweater as something knit and cute to wear as kind of like an overlayer when it's a little bit chilly or cold outside. I was a little bit surprised to find that it was historically associated as being a little bit more athletic clothing. However, when you are thinking about wearing something that you exercise and thus sweat in, a sweater is a pretty apt term for what you'd be wearing. I received an email from Roxanne of Roxanne's Knits of a magazine from 1902 that explains the rules of basketball. This magazine is targeted towards women, and athletics were incredibly popular in the 1800s or 1890s and 1900s and seen as a very healthful thing for them to do. And as it was becoming more popular, advertisements and recommendations on what women should wear while they were going after these new active pursuits were very, very common. This article in the magazine was not just about the rules of basketball, which are a little bit different from what they are today, but it also includes recommendations on what to wear when you are playing basketball. So if you are indoors, then it recommends that you wear bloomers with a light woolen blouse on top. And if you are playing outdoors, then it is recommended that maybe a slightly heavier bottom fabric is used to keep your legs warm and a sweater on top. And in the illustrations that you can see, all of the women are wearing sweaters, and it looks like either you're wearing a plain sweater and you are playing on the plain sweater team, or you are on the opposing team of the striped sweaters. As a previous college basketball player myself, though a very, very bad one, I don't think I ever played a minute at all. But I was on the team. It's very interesting to see kind of the early days of women's college basketball spelled out like this, and in the illustrations to see the women really going after it. I think we have kind of this image of a very like proper and, I don't know, delicate Victorian woman, but when you look at these illustrations, they are really going for the ball, and I find that very fantastic. Sweaters aren't just limited to women's basketball players, but you can find many pictures of women's athletic teams wearing them, like an ice hockey team or the Bulldogs, which I think is a basketball team, hard to tell. Sweaters and knit vests were also very, very popular for multiple other sports like golfing. That was very, very popular for the knit vests. Skiing, which was very popular for sweaters, and of course, bicycling sweaters. This has been basically a very long-winded way for me to get you hyped up about my next project, which is to make an 1890s hand-knit bicycling sweater. This has been one of my most requested things that I knit, which is an 1890s sweater, and there are a few incredibly recognizable examples of 1890s sweater. There's a very popular one from the Met, which I can't show you a picture of, but I'm pretty sure that there's a magazine in 1897 that does a pattern that is almost an exact copy. Either the knitting pattern is based off that sweater, or that sweater is based off the knitting pattern that came out. I don't know which one came first, but it looks incredibly similar. And there are also multiple illustrations of bicycling outfits that feature a knit sweater as the focal point, or at least to me, the knit sweater is the focal point of the outfit. I've been wanting to knit one of these sweaters for a long time, but I've been keeping my eye out for something that is maybe a little bit different from what's already been done. The famous Met sweater and the 1897 knitting pattern that is very similar have been translated and redone for modern knitters from multiple sources, which I'll link down below. I haven't tried them yet myself, but I thought that I would maybe, rather than redo that one, yet again, add to the selection of sweaters by trying one that is a little bit different. And the answer to my search came in the form of the Knitting and Crochet book by John Patton that was published in 1899. It has this wonderful sweater included, which is literally termed a bicycling sweater, so it is ready-made for exactly the purpose that I want to make a sweater for. They consider it a sweater. I think today we would maybe consider it a cardigan, although is a cardigan technically a sweater? I'm not sure. It is buttoned up in the center, not completely knit in the round, so it is actually knit flat. It is also done in color work, so I think this is one of the first sweaters that I've seen from the 1890s that is complete color work. Very excited. That is the sweater that I'm going to be making for my 1890s bicycling outfit. Now, for me, just knitting a sweater for a biking outfit wasn't really enough. If you've seen me and followed my channel for a while, then you know that when I made my 1890s walking outfit, it wasn't enough for me to knit a few accessories. I had to knit every last piece that I possibly could for this outfit. I was very warm. I just found that this book knew exactly what I was looking for, because not only do they have a pattern for the knit sweater, they also have a pattern for bicycling bloomers that match a matching tam, biking socks, and matching biking gloves. So you guessed it, I'm going to be hand knitting an entire 1890s biking outfit. And I can't wait. If you're curious about the yarn that I've been knitting with in this video, then I would recommend that you subscribe, because I will be releasing the dyeing process for this yarn next. This is one of the pieces that I've already started working on for the bicycling outfit, and I custom dyed the yarn to be the color that I want it to be for my project. I'm very excited. I hope you join me again very soon as I continue working on this 1890s biking project, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Well, hello and welcome to my absolute disorganized chaos. I know that in my organization video, I had a few comments of people saying that the organization is nice, but the real test is how long can it stay clean? Well, I don't know why, but I am just agent of chaos. Maybe it's because I'm too lazy to clean up after myself regularly. But in any case, I thought I'd be honest with y'all and show you how absolute messy my craft space is right now, and show you maybe a slightly satisfying video of me re-cleaning up my space, and hopefully the organization that I did will help. I think I'm going to start with the closet, because that is hopefully where I will find space for all of my stuff to go. Was at least somewhat satisfying to watch. For me, it's very satisfying to have, if not a perfect space, at least a functional one again. So also thank you to you for motivating me. I don't know if I had the thought in my head that you all would probably like to see me chatting in this video in my workspace, that I would have really had the motivation to clean it up and reorganize it. So thank you. And for real this time, I will see you again very soon. Bye. Nurse, what do you think? You wanna say bye? Ow!